Hey guys, Scotland's Football here, back with another video, and today's video is me predicting the championship table when the season ends. Obviously, the Premier League and Championship is returning on the 20th of June, and they are showing some games on Sky. I think they're showing a lot of the Championship games on Sky Sports and on Premier League, but some of the Premier League games are being shown on BBC as well, I think. And the FA Cup is coming back as well, and I think that's on BT Sport. I don't know when the dates are yet, but I might bring out a video when I do know when the dates have come out. Yeah, when they have come out. So I'm looking forward to Premier League and Championship returning, even though it's behind closed doors. As League Two season has been voted to end. Well, that's been voted to end in ages, but they've decided on promotion and relegation now. So Swindon, Crewe and Plymouth have got promoted, and Stevenage have gone down to the National League. League One, I think. Coventry and Rotherham have got promoted, and I forgot what the playoff positions were actually, but I already know that already. I think Tranmere, Southend and Bolton are going down to the League Two. So let's get into the video. Right, in 24th place we've got Barnsley. Barnsley, I think they go down. I just don't think they got enough quality in that team. Also, a park company with Stendhal in about September or near September, just after the start of the season, I think, when they're getting really poor results. Which I actually disagree with, because you should really be giving the manager a bit of a chance, because a new league and you need to set everything up and get yourself organised, and it's not a 5-minute stage. Also, they have been in the Championship for a few seasons and gone back down again. They have. One season to be in Championship, the next season they've gone in League One. Whenever they go down to League One, they should come back up again. But whenever they go into the Championship, they should come back down again. Right, let's move on to 23rd place, which is Luton Town. I think Luton Town are going to go down because they've got the worst defence in the league. I think that's 71 goals this season. No disrespect to Luton, because I've got a lot of respect for Luton. I have. It's amazing they came up from League Two in that season, then they got promoted from League One up to the Championship. So fair play to them on that. Well, you just never know; they might be able to do something. Also, they got a really small stadium, and then they're a smaller club, so that they might be financially impacted worse than the rest of the teams. Right, 22nd place, I've gone for Hull City, the team that are currently having problems with their owner and the owner, the Adams. They've been having problems with them for years now, they have. Also, before the season got ended, the last game was a 5-1 defeat away at the Bet365 Stadium to Stoke City. Also, they have not won a game since New Year's Day, and do you want to know something here now? João Bowen actually got them the win in that game. That's Hull's last win, and I think one game after that, he left and went to West Ham United. Or a couple of games after that, he went to West Ham United, I think. Since then, they've literally lost more than 8 or 9 games in a row. I just think that also they had a lot of injuries. Grant McCann had a lot of injuries in the team, about 11 or 12 injuries. It might have been 10, I'm not too sure actually. But these players could be fully fit now to restart. They might have a lot of fitness in them now. So I wasn't really too sure whether to put Hull or Charlton in 21st or in 22nd, so I've just gone for Hull. Right, 21st, I've gone for Charlton Athletic. Well, I was going to put them in relegation because I think I've seen that Lil Taylor, their top scorer, said he's not going to play, refused to play. Which I think is a bit of a disgrace, really, because obviously he's a respect player decisions, but you're in a relegation battle, and you're partly one of the ones that are responsible for your team going down. He said that. I think someone said that. The rumour was that he said he is too good for the club. Well, that's a bit disrespectful to your club because you should play the rest of the final 9 games, and then go if you want to. You should be respectful. You should respect the 9 games left of the season, in my opinion. Right, 20th place. I've gone for Middlesbrough. Oh, Jonathan Woodgate. I'm surprised that he hasn't been sacked yet. Well, Fogden on his channel, one of the best YouTubers in the world probably, he said that he's surprised, and Fogdad as well. They said they're surprised that Jonathan Woodgate hasn't been sacked yet. I think if Middlesbrough go down, I think they might sack him. I'm surprised, really. Also, he used to play for Middlesbrough, so I expected him to do a little bit better there. One mate said he won't do very much there, because he had Tony Pulis once, and he was actually a pretty good manager. I don't understand why they sacked him. I think it's because he didn't get in the playoffs. Right, moving on to 19th. 19th place is Wigan Athletic. I think Wigan Athletic will stay up and will climb up a little bit up to 19th because this season they've done the double on Birmingham City. They picked up wins against Leeds and West Brom. So that proves how much quality they've got in their team compared to a lot of people thinking they haven't got much. Well, a lot of people are probably thinking they haven't got much quality in the team. I'm thinking at the start of the season we're going to go down. It proves as a small team you don't have to be a big team to beat a top team. Right, moving on to 18th place. I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday. I think they'll move down 3 places, drop down 3 places, because the rest of their games against teams near the playoffs and mid-table. So I think they'll really struggle because they have been on a really bad run of results. They were going on a good run not so long in the season, but with the tough games they got coming up, I just can't. Well, the easiest one I think for them is Middlesbrough. I can only see them picking at least 1 or 3 points out of those remaining 9 games. They can just see it. 17th place, have gone for Huddersfield Town. I think they'll survive this season perfectly. Actually, well, they might climb up a little bit more. I just think they'll go up by 1 place. It wasn't too sure, so I thought I'd just put them in 17th. Right, the next position, 16th, Birmingham City. I think 16th is a pretty average finish for them. Average finish for Birmingham, really. With all fairness, Birmingham, the last couple of seasons before that last 2 seasons, they have been always relegated. It's good to see that they're not fighting relegation anymore. It's good to see they're trying to be a mid-table team. Right, 15th place, I've gone for Stoke City. I think they'll climb up 2 places. Because obviously today, the sad news came through that Michael O'Neill has tested positive for the coronavirus, and the Man United Stoke friend has to be called off. So obviously he's probably got to self-isolate for 2 weeks now. So it depends when he can manage Stoke, because the season starts in 10 days' time. And you've got to self-isolate, I think it's 14 days, 2 weeks, which means 10 days' time. After the season restarts, he'll be in isolation for 4 more days, I think. So he might not be able to manage his team when the season restarts for the remaining final 9 games. But in my opinion, he seems to know what he's doing there. Also, he got experience in a national team for Northern Ireland. Obviously, he's left there now due to too many commitments with Stoke City. Right, the next team is 14th place, Queen Park Rangers. Well, they've been the sort of team. close to like relegated and close to the playoffs. That's the trouble. That's the thing with the Championship, you see. 13th place is Wigan. No, not Wigan, Reading, Well, Reading, one stage in the season, he went through one of the best forms in the league, one of the best teams in form in the league once. So I think they'll finish 13th. That's pretty good position for Reading, really, that would be. 12th place, you might be surprised with this, but I've gone for Preston North End. I think that when quite often, the last couple of few seasons, they've been challenging for the playoffs, but I just think they've had 2 bad runs this season, I think, so they've got a lot of tough games coming up, so I think they'll drop down to 12th place. There's a lot of better teams than them. No disrespect to Preston, they're a good team, but I do think there's better teams than them. 11th place, I've gone for Derby County. I've just looked at a lot of their games. I think a lot of them are away. The majority of the games are actually away from home, and they have probably had one of the worst away records in the league. I think they've only won Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday all season. So I think they'll finish in 11th place. I was tipping them to go up for the playoffs until the fixtures were released. I think there's too many tough fixtures for Derby here. Right, let's move on to 10th place, which is Bristol City. Well, I just don't think they're gonna. I just don't think they're gonna get into the playoffs. I just think. Well, Lee Johnson is a good manager. He's a good manager for getting teams into mid-table and challenging up for the playoffs. I think they're a good team that are like challenging for the playoffs, but I just don't think they're good enough to like get themselves into the playoffs. You know what I like mean? Right, so moving on to 10th place, 9th place, which is Swansea City. I think they've got some pretty tough games coming up, really, and they're not far off Cardiff either. It's nice to see 2 Welsh clubs near each other in the table. It's nice to see them like competing between each other. To say, see, we're the best team in. We're the best team in this country, and it's not you, so basically like that. So 8th place have gone for Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn Rovers have actually been having a really impressive season this year. They actually have impressed me, actually. They've got a good manager called Tony Mowbray. He's been there for a couple of seasons now. Well, Blackburn did win the Premier League years and years ago now. So they're not obviously all that bad because they obviously won a Premier League title. So the next team, 7th, and it's Cardiff City. Well, behind closed doors might actually benefit Cardiff City because they weren't in bad form when the season got suspended, really. So, well, they might. I don't think they're strong enough to get in the playoffs this year. Well, they might get into the playoffs. You never know. It might benefit them. It might not benefit them. The next position is 6th. I've gone for Millwall. Gary Rowett's Millwall. Gary Rowett seems to know what he's doing, and I watched his solution once. He seems that he has got a solution. Also, I've looked at their games. They haven't got as many tough games compared to a lot of teams. In the Championship, I think all games are tough because it's a really competitive division. Probably one of the competitive divisions in the world, possibly. It's the best league in England, probably one of the most competitive leagues in the world. The next team is Nottingham Forest in 5th. I don't think they'll move from 5th. I think they'll just guarantee their playoff spot like that. Right, 4th place, I've gone for Fulham. Well, they've got a stand knocked down, haven't they? Because of the work they're doing. So I don't think that'll benefit them because they want to recognise that the fans in there when there's not actually fans in there to make sure to recognise in that they've got pretend atmosphere in there. Because they've only got lower gates this season. So if there's like
you'll stand there, which proved that in their heads that they had an atmosphere there that might have helped them, but with that one stand up there, that's not going to help them too much because the water's rising on the Thames. They've not got to heighten up the stand, haven't they? And the building. Right, third place, I've gone for West Bromwich Albion. I think they'll bottle automatic promotion and drop down. Because they weren't in the best of form, as they did lose 1-0 to Wigan at home. So, some West Brom fans said on Twitter that, I saw it, that you cannot play like that in the Premier League. Right, the next team is Brentford. I think Brentford, the last couple of seasons, 4 or 5 seasons, have been jumping up and round, up near the playoffs and mid-table they have. So I think they got it this season. I think they'll do playoffs or they'll get an automatic promotion, which I just see West Brom just dropping out a bit like they did last season. I think you're gifting it to somebody else. Right, top of the league, I'm predicting in first place, Leeds United. The last couple of seasons, the Leeds always do tend to bottle it. Leeds bottled promotion last season, and they got knocked out in the playoff semi-final against Derby in the second leg. This season, I've looked at the last 5 or 6 games before the season got ended. They actually hadn't conceded a goal in those wins, and a lot of them were 1-0 as well. So I think they got it. I think Bielsa just needed a little bit of time to get his team back into the position where it needs to be. Right, so we end the video now. So I hope you really did enjoy this video. So please remember to like and subscribe. And the like target on this video today is 3 likes. Until then, I will bring out a Bundesliga score prediction video on Thursday or Friday, depending if there is a game on Friday or Saturday. And then I'll be doing next week's midweek games, and then I'll be doing Premier League basically, possibly Championship. I'm not too sure whether to do Championship predictions because you just never know what's going to happen. It's so competitive. Right, like I said, I hope you did all enjoy that video. Please remember to like and subscribe, like I already said, if you are new around here. Also, could you smash 3 likes on this video? This would be absolutely amazing. Until then, guys, goodbye.